Hi, John with Charles here, and this is our special 7th episode of our Roundtop Texas Antique Week shows. In this episode, we wanted to be able to show you everything that we brought home with us and give you some details about the items, what we found out about them, how much we paid for them, as well as what we found out about how much they're worth today, which may actually surprise you, so make sure you stick around to the end. If you like these videos and you like this series, make sure that you like and subscribe to let us know that you want us to keep doing this, and we'll keep making more videos. But let's get started. So here is everything that we took home from this week in the Roundtop Texas Antique Festival. Quite a bit of items, and actually more than I thought when it's all laid out like this.
Yeah, I really did not expect we were going to bring so much home, but there were some items that we really didn't think we were going to see there.
So we're going to start off with the first item that we wanted to show you is the Noritake china that we took home. Now this is a big set that we picked up, and I absolutely love it. We've been looking for a china set, and this is the one that caught our eye.
I counted them, and there are 94 pieces, and they're from the Mont Blanc pattern, and we spent $200 on them.
$200 on this set, and if we were to buy this same set today, replacement value would be $1,000. So great deal there. Next up is this vintage mid-century French provincial stoneware pottery jug.
The lady we bought this from is the lady who had the warehouse, and she allowed us to come in and look around, and I decided to get this piece. It ended up costing us $70.
And it is actually worth today about $495 is the replacement value. So quite a deal there. Next up is this beautiful vintage Hobstar large bowl. This is a lead crystal bowl, and we paid $50 for it. And when you looked it up, its replacement value is about
$245.
Wow. So quite a deal there on that one.
Next was the signed T.B. Clark Prima Donna 8-inch bowl. It's American Brilliant Period cut glass, and it was circa 1909, which I did not know that until I looked it up.
So quite a bit older than you thought it was going to be. So I picked this one up for $22.
Replacement cost is $225.
Again, quite a deal on that one. Now we have another one from T.B. Clark, right? But this one isn't signed. And the difference here between the two of them is
the cut. It is not signed that I could see. We paid $22 for it, and replacement value for that one is $374.
Next up is this beautiful vintage imperial pressed glass fashion cake stand.
We paid $30 for it, and when I looked it up, the replacement cost was $70.
The next items we took home are these salt cellars.
It is a 6-piece set of Westmoreland crystal cut, zippered and notched prism ribbed cut salt cellars. We paid $50 for them, and the replacement cost is $85.
And these are in really good condition.
They were in really good condition. I was drawn to them. We actually saw 3 sets, and this one caught my eye.
Next up is a bit of a conversation piece, this Park Hill front counter bell.
I noticed it, and I tapped on it and had this beautiful ring. We paid $28 for it, and replacement value on that one is $35. Next is the Golden Glow Cookie Book, 40th Anniversary Exclusive Limited Edition.
Now this book normally would be $80 if you were going to replace it or find it today, but we only paid $25 for it. So we got quite a deal on this. Next up is this beautiful piece here. This is not creamware.
It's Imperial Ironstone China Pitcher by Richard Alclock. We spent $145 on it, and the replacement cost is $375.
And this is such a nice and simple design. It's very pretty, and it's a very good representative of Ironstone china. And next up in the items that we brought home with us are these two beautiful crystal cut to clear wine glasses. These were the first two that we're collecting. I decided to start collecting cut to clear, and I decided on these two because of their stature. They're quite small, and they have really beautiful cut patterns in them. These are 4.5 inches, and they're bohemian. It's a set of two, and for both of them, I paid $25, but we found out that the replacement cost would actually be around $50, so quite a deal on that one too.
Next is the 15th century pre-Columbian Native American pottery bowl that I picked up. We're from the Mississippi Valley in Mississippi, which is where I'm from. I have not bought a Native American piece this large before. We paid $195 for it, but the replacement cost is $680.
Next up, we have these beautiful frosted glass horse heads. It's a set of two. We found these at a delightful little shop and decided to pick them up. Now these set us back $50, and the actual replacement value is about $60. So we didn't do too bad on these, but they're beautiful and they make a great addition to our collection.
Yeah, actually, when I first saw them, I thought they were Lalique. And a lot of people that I showed photos of it to, they thought they were Lalique too.
But they're not. Do we know who manufactured them?
I could not find anything online stating who made them.
So we don't know who manufactured this, but if you happen to know, let us know in the comments below.
Next is this 1930s double wedding ring pattern quilt. I looked up online and saw a few of them. We paid $175 for them because of the quality of it, the pieces of fabric that was put into it, and the detail work of whoever made this piece. The replacement value was actually $850.
Now this one is in amazing condition for being from the 1930s. When you look at the fabric, when you look at the stitching, when you look at the quilt as a whole, you don't see a whole lot of staining. You don't see a lot of fraying. This looks like it could have been manufactured last year. Next up is this gorgeous blue and white Joe Decon Victoria Nouveau Limoges trinket box. This was a surprise from you to me. He knew that I was looking at getting some blue and white pieces. I especially happen to like the Jasperware by Wedgwood. And this kind of looks like it. It's not. It's Limoges, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I love the design on the top with the little satyr and the goat on it. Now this one you picked up for $30, but when we looked up the replacement cost, it goes for around $125. So quite a deal on that one. Next up is the giant piece in our collection that we brought home. That is this crystal cut 20-inch vase. This thing is huge, and you can see it with the rest of the items on the table, just how it towers over everything else, and it's absolutely beautiful. The cuts in this crystal vase are amazing. It is absolutely beautiful.
I cannot possibly imagine how long it took the person who did all of those tiny cuts.
And surprisingly, we picked this up for $195, and when you looked this up online and you tried to find a comparison, you were able to.
Yes, I could only find comparisons, but I could not find whoever made this piece. But all of the comparisons that I did find in the same size and similar cuts, the replacement value was about $1,400.
Wow. So great find there, and this is going to look absolutely beautiful in our home.
Next up is the Native American petrified wood tool. Now, whenever we went to this store, the guy had a box of petrified wood pieces, and I noticed this piece stood out, and I looked at it closer and realized that it actually was a tool. And we paid $4 for it because the guy decided to knock off $1. And the replacement value for this is $150.
$150. And that's because it's not just a piece of petrified wood, but it's actually a Native American tool.
Right.
Next up is this Christmas book from 1936 that I saw while we were at the Red Barn, and I just had to have it. It's something about this book. It's just cozy, and it just brings you back to a time of Christmases past when things were simpler. And when I saw the book and I saw the contents, I knew that I had to have it. Now, this is an old library book, but they were going to destroy it, so somebody had picked it up and put it in their private collection, and it went from collection to collection until it ended up being for sale. I picked this book up for $15. The replacement cost is $50 for this book.
Next is the Rogers Brothers Avon Serving Spoon. The replacement cost on it is $25, but we only spent $12 on it.
And we have another piece from Rogers Brothers up next, this Berkshire Cold Meat Fork. Goes with it. Now, it's not the exact same pattern as the spoon, but it's similar enough, and it looks really good. And it goes with our china set. $14 is what we paid for it, $15 is the replacement cost. So still not a bad deal there.
Next is the antique rolling pin. I have been looking since the very first place we stopped at. Finally found one in this little booth that I was not expecting to find anything in, and got it for $30. And replacement value is $40.
The next thing we have to show you is this basket of eggs. Now, this may have been the first thing we picked up while we were out shopping this week. These are 19 ceramic, handmade, glazed, kiln-fired eggs and a little basket. It's adorable, and it's perfect for this time of year, right before Easter. $29 is what we paid for it, and replacement cost would be about $80.
Next is the wood and pewter walking stick. I actually thought it was a beautiful piece. It wasn't like any of the other ones that the guy had, but I spent $30 on it, and I actually found one similar to it online today, and the replacement cost is about $70.
And the last item that we have here is this little oil painting. It's not big at all, but it is a beautiful oil painting of hydrangeas. We paid $25 for this, and as far as you can tell, something similar, because this is a one-of-a-kind painting, but something similar would run about $75 at an antique sale.
Yes. I could not find anything about the artist. The last name is actually Key, and I could not find anything about this artist. But if any of you happen to know anything about the last name of this artist, please leave a comment.
So that's everything that we picked up here. We added everything up to see what we spent versus what the replacement cost is, what the value is. Now, of course, with anything, what something costs or what something is worth is of course what the market is willing to pay for it. But this is just to give us an estimate for insurance purposes of the value of the items that we bought. But we thought you'd be interested in this. So we spent overall on all of these items that you see a total of
$1,413.
And all of these items have a total replacement value of
$6,654.
That's quite a difference. So we made out quite well in this week. We promise we'll be putting out more of these videos in the future. We like to post on a variety of subjects. So if you haven't, take a look at the videos we've posted already and subscribe so that you can see the videos that we post in the future, because we have some great plans for this channel.
Thank you.